What if the next move XRP makes isn't necessarily the move most people are expecting? What if the market does something that feels unexpected or different from the current consensus? That's what I want to explore in this video because, based on new information and current sentiment, there is a real possibility that XRP could make a move that very few are anticipating. Right now, the dominant narrative is that XRP still needs one more significant drop, a final capitulation before it can reverse. And whenever I see this level of agreement across the market, it makes me consider the possibility that the market might do something entirely different. History often shows that when the majority expects a particular outcome, the market tends to surprise them. Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Crypto Update. In today's video, we will talk about XRP. So be sure to stay focused, as you surely don't want to miss out on this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. Please remember, this is not a financial advice video. Most participants are currently waiting for one more drop, thinking that a sharp V-shaped bottom will appear, marked by high volatility and a final sell-off. That has been the historical pattern for many cryptocurrencies, where after explosive upward movements, temporary stalls, and some retracements, a brutal capitulation often marks the bottom. But it's important to understand that these are patterns, not guarantees, and markets are influenced by countless unpredictable factors. While historical trends can provide some guidance, nothing in trading is absolute, and it's critical to approach these ideas as possibilities rather than certainties. At the same time, XRP's fundamentals appear to be improving. Long-term capital flows, institutional interest, and real-world applications are strengthening. These developments may support potential growth over time. While nothing is guaranteed, observing where money and innovation tend to flow can provide a more informed perspective on possible long-term outcomes. It's easier to identify trends in adoption and utility than to predict short-term price movements. Over time, technology adoption like smartphones, electric vehicles, or e-commerce has shown how certain innovations can transform society. And investors who recognize the long-term value often benefited regardless of short-term fluctuations. One of the key lessons from history is that short-term volatility often misleads investors. Many people who held Amazon, Apple, or Tesla for the long term eventually profited, but those who tried to time short-term dips or spikes often exited too early. Emotional reactions to temporary price movements can cause investors to miss out on long-term growth. That's why it's important to focus on the broader perspective rather than trying to perfectly predict every market move. In the current XRP scenario, many traders are waiting for that final spike down. They expect a capitulation moment that will allow them to buy in at a lower price. But there's a real possibility that XRP could reverse higher without that final drop. If that happens, it could catch many participants off guard. People expecting a dip may find themselves outside the market, while those holding already could see potential upside. While this isn't a certainty, it's a scenario worth considering given the market dynamics and sentiment. Looking at technical patterns, XRP appears to be forming a structure similar to an Adam and Eve bullish pattern. While chart patterns do not guarantee outcomes, they often reflect recurring market behaviors and psychology. If XRP continues along this structure, it could provide a scenario where the market moves upward without the anticipated capitulation. Similarly, broader accumulation trends suggest that the market may already be absorbing selling pressure, which could indicate that the bottom might already be forming quietly, without the dramatic drops many expect. The important point is that timing the perfect entry is inherently difficult. When everyone expects the same move, the market often acts differently. Markets rhyme but do not replicate exactly. Just because historical cycles showed certain patterns, it doesn't mean they will always repeat. Observing history can inform strategy, but assuming a repeat is guaranteed is risky. Investors who focus on these expected movements may miss the bigger picture and become distracted from the long-term thesis. Ultimately, short-term price action in XRP is unpredictable. There may or may not be one final spike. The safest approach for long-term decision-making is not to overemphasize short-term predictions. Remaining aware of possibilities, understanding fundamentals, and being prepared for multiple outcomes is more effective than relying on any single expected move. If XRP has indeed formed a bottom, it might surprise many participants who were expecting more dramatic declines, which could create opportunities for those already positioned for the long term. So, the takeaway here is to stay mindful that the market does not always follow consensus expectations. What seems obvious to everyone may not happen as predicted. XRP could move in unexpected ways, and it's worth considering multiple scenarios. While short-term outcomes cannot be predicted with certainty, observing fundamentals, technical patterns, and market behavior can provide context for potential long-term outcomes. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on XRP? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in the next video. Goodbye.